On the cloud-veiled summit of Mount Sinai, a momentous event unfolds. Moses receives the laws of God, etched in stone, a covenant for a newly freed people. These weren't just abstract rules. They were the very foundation for a just and compassionate society, guiding the Israelites as they journeyed from bondage in Egypt. Let's explore how these ancient laws, given by a merciful God, shaped their daily lives. Imagine a man, driven by debt, selling himself into servitude. The law was clear. He would serve for 6 years, and in the 7th, he was to be set free. If he came alone, he would leave alone. If he had a family when he entered service, they would leave with him. This wasn't the brutal, lifelong slavery they had known in Egypt. It was a temporary system with an expiration date, a reflection of God's own act of liberation. But what if, after 6 years of fair and kind treatment, the servant grew to love his master and his family? The law provided for this too. He could declare his loyalty and choose to stay. In a solemn ceremony at the doorway of the home, his master would pierce his ear with an awl. This mark wasn't a brand of shame, but a symbol of a voluntary, lifelong bond built on love and respect, not compulsion. The laws also offered unique protections for women and girls. A father might sell his young daughter into servitude, often with the expectation of marriage into the new family. But she was not to be treated as a mere servant. The master had a responsibility to treat her as a daughter or betroth her to his son. If he did not, she had to be redeemed or set free. This protected her dignity and future, ensuring she wasn't treated as mere property. God's law fiercely protected the vulnerable from abuse. What if a master struck his servant? If the servant recovered within a day or two, the master faced no further penalty, as the loss of the servant's labor was considered his punishment. However, if the servant died from the beating, the master would face the ultimate justice. The law drew a hard line against fatal cruelty. Furthermore, if a master caused permanent harm, like the loss of an eye or a tooth, the servant was immediately granted freedom. This was direct compensation for the injury, a powerful deterrent against mistreatment. Justice extended beyond the master-servant relationship. Consider 2 men quarreling, and one accidentally strikes a pregnant woman, causing a premature birth but no lasting harm to her or the child. The offender would pay a fine determined by judges. This system of restitution prevented escalating blood feuds and promoted community peace. However, for intentional, malicious acts, the law was severe. Deliberate murder was met with the principle of life for life. The elders would ensure the perpetrator faced capital punishment, purging the evil from the community and upholding the sanctity of life. This led to the famous principle, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. This wasn't a command for personal revenge. It was a legal standard for judges to ensure punishment was proportional to the crime, preventing excessive retaliation and ensuring balanced justice. Responsibility was another key theme. If a man knew his ox was dangerous but failed to secure it and it killed someone, the owner could face death himself, though a ransom might be paid. The ox too was stoned. This taught a powerful lesson about negligence. If that same ox killed a servant, the owner had to pay 30 shekels of silver to the servant's master, a specific value placed on compensating the loss, reinforcing that every life had worth. From servitude to personal injury, these laws from Exodus reveal God's profound wisdom. They were designed for a specific time and people, establishing a society built on fairness, restitution, and protection for the powerless. They were a guide for a covenant people, teaching them how to live together in a way that honored the God who had set them free. These ancient principles of justice and mercy continue to echo through the ages, reminding us of the timeless value of equity and compassion. Thank you for watching. May God bless you all with peace and wisdom. Wishing everyone well, and remember to read your Bible daily for guidance and truth.